success shouldn't feel this exhausting. If you're winning on paper, but burning out behind the scenes, you aren't failing. You're stuck in a psychological bottleneck called a hurdle of stop. I've been there. On the outside, things look great, but I was secretly burning out, convinced I was just lucky, and waiting to be exposed as a fraud. I realized I didn't have a business problem. I had a mindset block. Whether it's imposter syndrome, perfectionism, or fear or failure, these aren't just feelings. They are growth bottlenecks. Identify your specific hurdle and get one immediate action step to regain your momentum today. Go to tuepodcast.net/quiz. That's tuepodcast.net/quiz to take the 3-minute assessment and get your report now. Salutations, School Believer. Do you have a dream of becoming an entrepreneur, but don't know where to start or even what to do? Where can I gather information quickly about what's in my zone of genius? Don't worry, School Believers. I got you covered. Go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt and check out an amazing set of AI prompts that will give you ideas, information, and articles to help you get across that start line. Once again, go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt to get you started now. Good luck, School Believer. Welcome to the Undiscovered Entrepreneur, the podcast where brand new entrepreneurs come to life and could quite possibly be discovered. Join me, DJ Scoob, and the rest of the Scoob Believers as we help these new businesses become a reality. And now, away we go! We now join DJ Scoob and the coaching of Joe, owner of the Blind Knowledge Podcast Network, already in progress. So tell me about what you do as far as your podcast and that kind of thing.
Sure. So I do my own podcast. That's the first thing I do. It's the Blind Knowledge Podcast. Basically, it's the flagship show of Blind Knowledge. And what Blind Knowledge is Blind Knowledge LLC, which is a company that I started back about a year ago now. It was November 2021. And what the deal is basically we are digital content creation and digital media, both in a productive production and promotional standpoint.
Okay.
At this point in the game, we're more promotional. If I'm ever able to actually get a studio, then we become more production wise. We become more production heavy, I guess you could say. I can only do so much, I've learned, because I'm basically the only employee. Right now, we don't have the actual revenue coming in. I don't have those revenue streams set up yet, so I can actually make this a side hustle or hire someone else or make it a profitable business. I'm just not at that point yet. Basically, what I've done is I've built the bones. We have 19 active podcasts. We had 22 at one point. I've landed our first ad deal back in May of 2022. And that was wild because we weren't ready for it at that point, but they kind of found us and I wasn't going to say no,
right.
So why would I do that? And there's a lot to learn, I guess, in this industry. Is like people come and go really quick. I didn't have people locked down on contracts at all. There should be membership agreements set up. There's a lot of aspects to the business side of it that I haven't fully put the time into and figured out and hammered home yet. I have the plan. It's just that life keeps happening. Things come up, for the last month or so, I moved apartment to apartment, but also moved from Florida to Massachusetts. So it's like, it took a month.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it'd take a week. It took a month. But all that does is just slow it down. It just slows down the progress that I'm trying to make. And, um, I'm at the point where I'm trying to figure out, okay, how is this going to make any money as a functioning business? Is it going to be a platform? Is it going to be just like we're doing promotions? Is it going to be me editing and just becoming a podcast editor? I don't know which way it's going to go just yet. I didn't have in mind to have just a podcast network. I want to actually incorporate video. I want to incorporate more TikTok video, social media, digital content creation. And I want to make it more of like it's almost like a team where it's like, okay, this is the blind knowledge crew. This is the blind knowledge team. This is the affiliation, the association. Just like right now, eStream and esports and e-teaming is really big. They all have a sponsor. Well, we would just be our own sponsor, basically. Right. We'd be our own record label, if you want to look at it that way. So there's a lot of aspects to this, and right now I'm basically engulfed in, okay, I'm recruiting, I'm doing a website, I am doing Zoom interviews or Zoom meetings just like this. Mm-hmm. I'm doing my podcast, I'm looking at marketing. I talk to a lawyer, I have an accountant, and so on and so on and so on. And it's becomes a time crunch for me. So I haven't really, in so many words, I haven't been able to get to the point where I want to be at. I'm a little behind the schedule because of, like I said, life happens and life has come up and things, we've slowed down, we've picked up, I'll get 6 podcasts one week and then for 2 months, I don't get any. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and then I got to figure out, okay, should the podcast be giving me a membership, cost? And I think so, because my idea was to start it off with just to have some podcasts on board. I would just give them a free ride. And because it works out both ways, it works out where I get to use their content and mm-hmm. they get more audience reach through what we're trying to do. And that's the whole goal, is to up the audience reach count.
Right.
If we have a home base as blindknowledge.com and people are actually going to that site, you're more likely to listen to my podcast through someone like the Manic Pixie Weirdo than you are to maybe hear about it, underneath the other 3 million podcasts that are active right now in the world. So that's the idea, is for us to cross promote and to literally use each other's promos as commercials in the podcast, and wherever we can, just like collaborate, make it more like a collective kind of deal. But I'm actually at the point where I'm past the collective thing, and now it's time to nail down, okay, I need to get these membership agreements. I need to have some kind of membership fee coming in, because right now I don't have the audience views to bring that into me. I don't have that. We're not marketing. Well, I have no marketing, so I don't have that coming in. So it's like, where is this going to go? And that's long story short for you. That's the background.
Okay. So ultimately, where you want to end up is basically your own audio video company. Is that what I'm hearing? I want to make sure I get that right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So part of that is gathering podcasters into a network, which you've already done, it sounds like, or you're kind of in the works of that.
Yep, I've done that. We have it. I mean, it exists right now.
Okay. So just a quick question, and I want to make, because we're talking about revenue mostly than anything else, because that's what sounds like you need most of all.
Revenue or funding.
Okay. Yeah. So are you charging anybody any kind of fee to be in your network?
Right now, no.
Okay.
No, the only revenue I've brought in is through off of ads.
Ad revenue.
Yeah.
Okay. And ad revenue is not a whole heck of a lot. I know that for a fact.
It's not. No,
yeah.
It's not.
So So where are your goals right now? I mean, where's the next step? Where's the next step you'd like to be? You want to start making some money. You want to, I mean, let's narrow it down a little bit. Can you give me like 2 goals that you want to hit over the next couple, say, months?
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. If you break it down like that, I'd like to have the membership agreements out, signed, and everyone is on board, at
Okay.
least with who I have right now. And the other thing I want to have done within the next 1 or 2 months is I want to have, whether I write it or I have to find a grant writer, is to have these grant, um, you know, applications sent out, and in the hands of those possibly who would fund it, like an angel investor or
Oh, okay.
maybe an investor of that. It could be one of the two, an investor or a grant,
Okay.
just so we can get our it's just so I have something to play with. Because I mean, have you ever heard of Evergreen Podcasts?
Yes.
So Evergreen, that's Michael.
Mhm.
And I actually have a meeting with him either the 26th or the 27th. And I've met with him before. Wicked nice dude out of Ohio. He's over in Cleveland. They have a investor, 400K, just bankrolling the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything close to that. I don't
Neither
have
do
anything.
I.
I don't know. I've got nothing. But they're doing the same. They're doing the same kind of thing,
Okay.
and so it's just a matter of I need to tighten the screws over the next month or two and really get and hammer out, like, okay, and make sure that I have all my paperwork in order, that everything is like up to snuff, because I've kind of lost the last month and I haven't been able to. I'm kind of like, I just not as tight with everything as I need to be, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense because I'm kind of the same way too. I've got so many irons in the fire right now. I don't know what to do with myself. Like I have subscriptions that I want to do for content. I have a company that's actually recruited me to be a director of sales for a multimedia company. They want me doing that.
Oh wow.
I have my Patreon going, and then I have another subscription that I just signed into today for special content for listeners that want to pay in. So I got a lot going on too. So
That's great.
one thing though that kind of makes me think. Now I'm actually, and I'm sorry, this is gonna sound like a sales pitch, so I want to apologize ahead of time.
Yeah. No,
So this company, this digital media company I'm with, is called Numospect, and they actually have a system where you could have your own, say, like it's kind of like the Netflix of podcasts,
interesting.
and you could actually own your own station on Numospect and have these podcasters pay you to be on your platform through Numospect.
Numospect Media. Okay.
Yeah. So like you would charge them like say $150 a month to be part of this group that people can go to, that you could lead people to listen to specific content that's specific for your channel.
Sure.
So like what I'm doing right now is I have a bunch of behind the scenes stuff because I record everything that I do. So everything in my podcast that's before and after the camera actually records, I'm recording on another camera.
Okay.
So what I do is I take that content and I use that content for special content that I could put a subscription on. Yeah, bonus content, that kind of thing. Okay. So what this does is actually puts it on a well-known platform that anybody can go to at any time and look into. Now, the nice thing of what these guys do that nobody else does is they actually pay you for content.
Interesting. Wow.
So as long as you reach the minimums of their content creation, which is like an hour worth of content that's made just for them,
yeah,
they actually pay you some money. They pay you money back.
Wow. Okay.
So, and that's called a black label. It's a new thing they just came out with. I don't think it's on their website yet, but they actually pay people. That's part of it. And you can actually get these people, these 11 or more podcasts together to pay you $150 a month to be on your station.
Is it like a live streaming station or is it just like a space?
Both.
It's
You could
both.
actually you could put on live events, or it's like it's kind of like it would be like Good Pods or anything else like that, where anybody could go into
Yeah,
it and look at at your products.
sure.
And it's not just for podcasters too. They have aspirations for music and different types of music and videos, and it's a whole creator platform that anybody can make a channel and have content put out there for people to see.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Now, it is a little bit pricey, but you get some of that money back at the end of the month.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would set it up basically similarly.
And that way, all the work's done for you as
Mhm.
far as
Oh, I wouldn't even have to.
paperwork,
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't even have
and
to.
things like that. It's all done for you through
Already done.
Numospec. They actually have it all set up. All you need to do is get people onto the platform, and they do all the paperwork for you for laws and whatever the heck you have done,
Sure. Yeah, the legal.
all the
Yeah.
legal stuff. And it's all done for you. And they also help you find like affiliates and things like that too,
Okay.
because they have connections to all different types of companies and stuff like that that would be interested in your particular type of product or your particular type of podcast or whatever it might be. So like they'll
Oh,
actually
nice.
find you somebody, like they're going to pay you like $20 an episode to mention their product or something. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like just dropping the name that way.
Mhm. So
Almost.
they have ways to help you make money and help you get like all your podcasters under one roof, which would be yours.
Okay.
And that actually takes away a lot of the stress that you're talking about that you're having right now, is trying to get all these people together, get all the legal stuff put together, and finding a way to get everybody under one roof.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And it's a trip trying to do that.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I have people. You know what's funny is I've actually had people invite me into their podcasting network, and then once I say yes, they disappear. It's
Hmm.
so weird. I've had like two people say, "Yeah, be part of our network." Okay, great, I'm all for it. I never hear from them again. It's like weird. Like, I mean, did you want me to be a part of this or not, or what happened? So
Yeah,
it's like
that's so sketchy.
this way. It's all organized. It's all legal. It's all put together for you, and they help you make money in a lot of other ways too. And then they pay you for content on top of that. So
Wow, okay.
basically, how they do that is they take your amount that you pay per month, and as long as you meet the requirements, they give you some of that money back. So your overall cost for that particular thing is less.
Sure. Okay. That makes sense. So you pay into it, and then if you hit like a certain threshold, you basically break even.
I don't know about breaking even, but they do give you a good chunk back. I mean, they still need to keep a little bit for themselves, you know.
Just trying to understand.
Yeah. So like you can like, and then as far as charging the other podcasters for being underneath your label, you could charge them whatever you want because it's your label.
Right.
So like the last one I heard and talked about, they're charging 150 a month.
150 a month.
So if you take just as an example, if you take 150 a month times that 11 podcasts, what is that for you monthly?
I mean, we do 10. We just move the decimal over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's going to be a big difference for
It's a
sure.
big difference.
Anything will, really.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just disorganized and I have the bones. I just don't have the next step. I'm like at that point basically.
So and they'll help you along too. The Bree and Trevor are both amazing people. I'm actually on a live stream with them just about every day.
Okay.
And we just talk about random stuff, but it's mainly just to kind of get our name out there in the YouTube and that kind of thing.
Sure.
At the Numospect Circus is what it's called. If you want to look up that YouTube and see what that's about. It's brand new, so you know there's a few flubs in there, and it's still kind of glitchy, but you know it's all a learning process. But you'll see a picture of Bree and Trevor both there on the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, okay. I see it here.
And there's a couple of them on there that I'm on video, but a lot of times I'm in the comments because I'm at work. So
Sure.
there's a few in there where I'm actually in there, talking on the show and whatnot. So,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Right on.
so if you want to learn a little bit more about them and what they do and what they're into, you could look that up and just kind of watch a couple of their programs.
Working.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take a look. I just got accepted as a host on Bigo.
Bigo, what is that?
Yeah. Bigo. It's Bigo Live. It's a app on Apple.
Oh,
I think it might be on Android too. It's a live streaming app with people just stream live, and basically, I don't know if you've ever seen like Plenty of Fish Live or are familiar with Twitch, where you can
Twitch, yeah.
Like they buy coins and like
okay.
they buy like different, you can buy different like emojis and different like GIFs and different like just like you can buy a helicopter and then the screen will make a helicopter wavy thing. And yeah, and every time someone buys that and actually uses that helicopter, the live host gets a portion of that, gets a piece.
Right.
Basically.
Cool.
So,
that's neat. I should check that out.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I don't know how it's going to work out. I just got picked, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see like how that happens, and I want to learn more about that, like the inner workings of like how that works, because I mean that's what I originally wanted to do with Blind Knowledge. I wanted it to be like a mini YouTube.
Right.
And I had the site. I still have it too. It was a WordPress site, but I ran into some problems with the developer. We ran into problems with the theme, and then I ran into the biggest issue of all was I don't have all the content to do that.
Right.
So then I shortened my approach into just the network.
Well, this Numospect can actually do that. It's going to be very similar to that already, but all the work's pretty much done for you. All you need to do is download the content, and everything else is taken care of for you.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out this Numospect for sure.
Yeah. And we're talking about a black label, just so you know. I don't think, like I said, I don't think that's on there. But if you contact, if you want to contact Bree or Trevor about and just tell them, hey, I'm thinking about getting a black label for Numospect, then they'll know what you're talking about. That's just kind of the key word. So,
Gotcha.
So what are you trying to accomplish for yourself? I mean, you're doing all this great work, but what do you want as far as Joe? What does Joe want?
Joe wants to be able to do this as a full-time job and be able to live off of it. For sure. I mean, that's really what I want. I want to be able to wake up every morning and do this. Whether it's the meetings like this, whether it's the online stuff, whether it's going live, whether it's building the website, all this different aspects of putting in man hours. I would like to live off of that and have that be like my career and make this the real deal. I'm just not there yet, but that's what I'd like for this to become.
So it sounds like you're kind of on your way, though. I mean, you have the aspirations, the knowledge is there. It's just execution.
It's execution. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, it's exactly.
Let me ask you a little different question. This turned into an interview. I don't know how, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Have you ever heard of your zone of genius?
No.
Okay.
No. What is that?
So basically what it is, it's the one thing you're really, really good at is once you start actually getting into doing it, you start losing track of time. Like time shifts for you where you're getting a lot done in a small amount of time, but now an hour has gone by. And it's like, what just happened? It's like, I missed breakfast. I missed lunch, but I'm so into what I'm doing that it's just amazing. And it's a feeling that you get when you do something specific. So for example, for me, when I'm doing my podcast, when I'm doing stuff like with you right now, I'm in a zone of genius, but also when I do my editing, which is really weird because all podcasters hate editing. I love editing. I don't know why. Just something about it. But when I get into it, I get into the little nooks and crannies and I start paying attention and I could see this and understand all of a sudden an hour has gone by, but I have my whole podcast finished.
Yeah, it's done. I can 100% relate with that.
So what do you do that puts you in that zone? What do you do that actually puts you in that zone of genius?
All this stuff.
Well, There's too much. I need you to narrow it down to like one, maybe two things top. I know it's hard.
Then this interaction, speaking and discussing the various aspects of the industry, the networking, the recruiting, even. That's really my favorite part of it. I'd rather be less on the computer, like coding, I guess you could say. I'm not really coding, but all the emails and the social media, that I actually is all automated now. I automated all the social media, which took a long time, but and I'm still tinkering with it too, because it's not perfect. Sometimes it'll drop out, and then I got to fix it. But even those aspects too, like doing the technical work, I'd rather not be doing that. I'd rather be doing more of the face-to-face, and Zoom meeting and interactions.
Okay, so as you're going along and doing what you want to do, you want to make sure you're doing that the most. And if there's anything else that you hate to do that's not in that zone of genius, you want to, I know it's kind of early on, but you want to try to push that on to somebody else or find an automation for it.
Okay.
Okay. That way you can concentrate on what you're doing right now, because what you're doing right now is what's going to pay your bills.
Okay.
Because it's in your zone of genius. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So, do me a favor. Do you have a pen handy or something you write with or anything like that, or on your phone or whatever?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I want you to look into a book called The Big Leap.
The Big Leap. Okay.
Okay. Written by Gay Hendricks. This book changed my life. This book took my zone of genius and I put it into the podcast, and now I'm a whole different person, because I know where my zone of genius is. I know where I want to be, and I spend most of my time there. And then anything I don't want to do or I'm not good at that's not in my zone of genius, I either push to somebody else or leave it, for a separate time.
Yeah.
But being a one man's job, it's kind of rough to do, not do all of it. So I understand that, but you want to concentrate on what you're good at the most and start being the person that people go to for that job.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I also want you to listen to my episode 25 if you haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
So my episode 25 gives you asks you the 4 questions of how to find your zone of genius.
Okay.
The zone of genius has changed my life so much. It's pretty much all I talk about now is how to find your zone of genius and help other people find their zone of genius so they can succeed in whatever they're doing. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, it sounds interesting.
So, what else can I help you with? Is there something else I can, help you with? Because I that's what I'm all about, really. I mean,
oh, well, no, I mean, how do you feel about bringing your podcast on to Blind Knowledge?
I would have to think about it, because I'm actually going to be getting that black label myself.
Okay.
So
well, now that I all the inside knowledge,
yeah, to be honest with you,
that's fair. That's fair.
But I still want to help you in some way, shape, or form for Blind Knowledge.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. The coaching itself is really helpful.
Yeah, I am doing, I don't want to say professional coaching, but like semi-professional coaching. Okay. So like if you need coaching, you go ahead and give me a call. I could set you up. I do. I'm not going to count this one because it's kind of preemptive, but I do 2 hours for free. It's just basically a discovery call to find out what you're looking for, what you need, and how I can help you in my coaching, what we need to concentrate on. Mm-hmm. After that, I follow up with you in a month, see what you have been able to accomplish, and I do another 2 hours after that for free.
Okay.
And then if you think things are working out for you and we have a good relationship, then we just go from there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah.
I have it here. I jotted it down.
That's doing it today coaching. It's called Doing It Today Coaching.
Okay.
and doing it today coaching at gmail.com. I don't have a website yet. I'm working on it. I just started doing it a couple months ago, and I've coached like 4 people right at this point, and all of them have been very successful.
Awesome.
So
awesome. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, I just wanted to really jump on here and finally make it happen with you. Glad we could. I appreciate the advice. Yeah, a lot of this, especially this book. I'm gonna check out this book, The Big Leap, right?
yeah, I actually have it on audio. You can. Do you have a Audible account?
Yeah, I do. I do through school.
Yeah, get it.
Right on. Yeah, I'm actually still I take a class every 5 or 6 weeks, it's about every 6 weeks for 3 credits. I'm close to graduating, which will be good.
There you go. That's awesome. What are you graduating?
Yeah. It'll be business management.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're going to need that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got back into it during COVID.
Mhm.
Just trying to finish that off, So, but yeah, I mean, if there's anything we can do too, I mean, the other thing I need to do too is get the blindknowledge.com site like up and really like running at full speed. And once we do that too, I'm sure we can throw in some ads or something for some coaching or work out some kind of negotiation that way as well, where we can do something for you too, Scoop.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Whatever we need to do to help each other, because that's what we do, right?
That's what we do. That's what we do.
That's how we do it. DM me anytime if you want to talk or you come up with an idea or you have a question like, hey, Scoop, what about this? Or, hey, I've heard this. What do you think? Whatever. I'm only a few texts away, right?
Yeah, we'll do. We'll do. Absolutely.
All right, Joe, thanks for finally making it on here with me.
Yeah, same here. Let's do it again sometime soon for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the coaching edition of the Undiscovered Entrepreneur, brought to you by Doing It Today Coaching. If you want to get across the start line, contact me, DJ Scoob, at doingitoday.coaching@gmail.com. Say the words, "Do it now," for a free 2-hour discovery call to see how I can help you in your entrepreneur adventure. Art and graphics by Elaine Wilson, audio video by Brian Briggs of Ocean Tree Creative, and hosted by me, DJ Scoob. Supported by my Patreon, Brian Briggs. Click links in the show notes below for more information. And always remember, I can, I am, I will, and I'm doing it today. As a worker of 2 full-time jobs, running a podcast and coaching, every minute counts in my day-to-day. It's hard to be consistent in any of my social medias. And at this point, I cannot hire a social media manager. Pinnacle AI to the rescue! I've been using Pinnacle AI for a couple of weeks now and seen big improvements in my outreach and consistency in all my social medias. Do you want to save time and increase your productivity too? Go to tuepodcast.net/AI for more information. Save yourself time and grow your brand. Try it now and see what it can do for you. Hello, Scoob Believers. Let me ask you a real quick question. How many cups of coffee have you had today? 3, 5, 7? And let me guess, you've got a Red Bull in the other hand just in case, right? Yeah, I see you. Now here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. You're not building a business. You're building a caffeine dependency. Listen, I get it. When you're grinding 12, 14, 16-hour days, you're building something from nothing. When you've got payroll to meet, investors to impress, and visions that won't wait. You need fuel. But what if I told you that the fuel that you're using is actually slowing you down? What if the very thing that you think is keeping you sharp is actually making you dull? Enter Rise Coffee. This isn't your grandma's mushroom tea. This isn't some hippie wellness trend. This is science meets performance. And here's what makes Rise different. Less than half the caffeine of a regular cup of coffee. But here's the kicker. You won't miss it. 6 organic powerhouse mushrooms, including cordyceps, what Olympic athletes use, and lion's mane, what Silicon Valley biohackers swear by. Sustained energy that doesn't spike and crash. We're talking smooth, clean power from morning to moonlight. Crystal clear focus without the jitters. Imagine closing the deal with calm, confident mind instead of the caffeine chaos. Gut health and immune support, because what's the point of building an empire if you're too sick to enjoy it? So here's the challenge to you. Stop borrowing energy from tomorrow. Stop running on fumes and call it a hustle. Stop wearing your caffeine addiction like a badge of honor. Real entrepreneurs optimize, real entrepreneurs adapt, real entrepreneurs win. You can't win if you're crashing at 2 p.m. while your competition is just getting started. Break the cycle. Head to risesuperfoods.com right now and use code PODNA15 for 50% off your first order. That's PODNA15 for 15% off. Try it for 30 days. If you don't feel the difference, if you don't feel sharper, calmer, more focused, more alive, then go back to your 6-a-day cup habit. But I'm telling you, you won't, because once you feel what real energy feels like, you'll never go back. Ditch the addiction. Fuel your empire and rise up. Rise Coffee, energy that builds, not burns.